Today's episode is brought to you by Mazars. SoundCartel. From SoundCartel, I'm Nicole Goodman, and this is Business Essentials Daily. Do your salespeople spend most of their time and effort discussing the details of your products or services to potential clients? If so, that's a problem. There's too much focus on the thing that you offer, while neglecting to listen and understand the needs and concerns of the client. Sue Barrett, CEO of Barrett Consulting Group, says that heavily pushing a product or service can be a huge turn-off. Chris Ashmore asks Sue whether sales teams resort to that pushy strategy as a short-term fix to meet their KPIs.
If they're not looking to build relationships, if they're not looking to deliver value, if they're not looking to find ways to actually create something that the client wants to engage with now and in the long term, then they probably are being short-term focused, and that doesn't help them sell well now or into the future.
Is that the answer then, is to develop these relationships and probably be a bit more human? Would that be fair to say?
What we're noticing is that, there's interesting research from Forbes magazine just recently that said that 74% of clients are likely to buy and work with you long-term if they felt heard and understood. And good sales has always been, and good healthy relationships are always a two-way street. It's always finding out what's important for you and then working out, can we do something together moving forward? For a long time, selling was very much, I've got this, do you want some? Not, where are you at? How can I help you with what I have?
When it comes to types of selling, there's what's called solution selling and there's value-based selling. What's the difference between those two?
Solution selling is where we look to ensure that our solutions are aligned with clients' priorities and goals. So it comes back to that point of finding out, where is your client at and what do they want to do, and can we help them with what we have? So it's about producing solutions that are from the client's perspective so that the client can see that that will actually be of help to them. And so solution selling is consultative by nature. Solution selling is collaborative by nature. It's not me with my solution, here it is. Again, that's just one-way street. It's curating information in such a way that it will help a client solve problems. So you provide a solution to a problem that they have. That's the foundation of solution selling. When it comes to value-based selling is solution selling, but we're taking it up a notch, okay? We're taking it to a new level. As the world becomes more complex and products themselves are becoming commoditised, clients, buyers are looking for solutions that not only address the technical aspects of whatever they're trying to do, but they're actually looking at value beyond that. And value is in the eyes of the beholder. Value could be seen in all sorts of ways. And so what we have to look at is encompassing, if you like, the client, particularly in business to business, their commercial setting, the ecosystem that they operate in. We've got to consider that. We've also got to think about delivering solutions that are going to look at return on investment, for example, money saved or money made. It could be risk mitigation. It could be surety of supply chain. There's a whole range of things like new market opportunities, how we can create value together. I mean, the new competition is collaboration. It's also looking at capability uplift. It could be shareholder return. It could be meeting your SGE target, things like that. You've got to understand what the client wants, what they need and what they need to do. But you want to be able to deliver value that actually really demonstrates something beyond just a technical aspect. So salespeople here are doing solutions, but they need to become what we call small W worldly. They've got to be business savvy, worldly savvy. I mean, there's that concept called PESTEL, and PESTEL stands for what's happening politically, what's happening economically, societally, technologically, environmentally, and legally. So if you're assessing a client's situation, no one works in isolation. You've got to also factor in how they're being buffeted by or affected positively or negatively by these changes in that PESTEL environment. So we cannot just be technical product experts providing, call it technical solutions. We need to help clients see and add value to what they're doing. I hope that makes sense. It's not a simple answer, but it is more complex.
Mazars is an international audit, tax and advisory firm committed to helping clients confidently build and grow their businesses. To find out how Mazars can support your business, visit mazars.com.au. That's mazars.com.au.
Do you have any examples how this could work?
Yeah. During COVID, actually, we got to do an amazing project with an international business, head office based out of Mumbai, India. They specialise in medical packaging. So, if you ever buy a packet of painkillers and there's the aluminium base and the little plastic pops and you pop out a headache tablet or something, they make that. They make the packaging. And they had teams across India, China, South America, the US and Europe. And we worked with them over a good period of time. We had to do it all remotely, of course, because of COVID. But what was fascinating here is that industry, particularly businesses that come from Asia, are often seen as the cheap option. But they have great technology. They do amazing things. And so what happened is that we started to roll out a program to help them step into value-based selling, so solution and value-based selling strategies and approaches with their clients. And embarking upon the journey, just to add a bit of challenge with the supply chain challenges out there, the price of raw materials, particularly aluminium, went up by 90%. Okay. And they were faced with, prior to working with us, can you do it cheap? It was very much a price approach from themselves and clients. And we wanted to change that. So what happened is that we had a very good strategy, good processes, and we did a development program to train them in value-based selling. And what basically happened is that these people then went out to have the kind of conversations we've just been talking about with their clients. So it wasn't just product and price, it was conversation. So some of the feedback we got was that salespeople found by using this value-based, human-centered sales approach that they're able to improve the effectiveness and quicken the sales cycle, actually improve conversion rates markedly. I mean, one salesperson reported back to us, this is in Brazil, that they closed out a $1.5 million US deal within 3 client meetings over 2 weeks that would normally take 3 to 5 months to change because they had this kind of conversation, which was so different. In fact, others were reporting that price objections were decreasing, the increase of the deal sizes was increasing simply because they created this space to actually truly listen to clients and work with them to add value and to find value and not just look at price, but look at cost of things and look at opportunity and have these discussions. And the funny thing was that a lot of the people to sell into Europe, some of these people from Indian background, and often, sadly to say, were disrespected in the European community. However, they noted that when they changed their approach to value-based selling, that their European clients were actually finding that they were very different from who they dealt with in their competitors, and they wanted to have relationships with them. They realised that this Indian approach to product wasn't just a cheap price discussion, it was now really value add. So statistically, if you'd like to actually have some results, by doing this, even during COVID and even with that 90% price increase in aluminium, they actually increased their sales revenue by 16% and their profitability grew by 15% compared to the previous financial year. So price discounting became null and void.
That was Sue Barrett, CEO of Barrett Consulting Group. Business Essentials Daily is a SoundCartel podcast. Producers are Nick Schildberger, Chris Ashmore, Jeff Waters and myself. Technical production by Pete Letts. I'm Nicole Goodman. Thanks for listening. We'll bring you more Be Daily next week. SoundCartel. This episode was brought to you by Mazars. To find out more, visit mazars.com.au. That's mazars.com.au.